A monarch is somebody who ultimately has the ultimate say, but he's still working within the principles of law. Now, a tyrant is one who does not in any way, shape, or form adhere to the law, but he follows his personal whims. And this for too long has been the norm in the Muslim country, and there are many reasons for it. And we could go into those reasons in considerable detail, because it begins in 740 with the Berber rebellion in Morocco, which breaks the unity of the Muslims, but it can even precede that and be in 656 when the Khawarij break and there's an initial split within the Muslim polity, which led to civil war. Now, one of the important things to remember is that by and large throughout Muslim history, the rulers were reasonably benign and they were not despotic, that people actually did live in reasonably just conditions. Unfortunately, that has not been the case for some time, which has led to social conditions in the Muslim world that are both degrading and also debilitating. They actually cause a type of enervation to occur in the will and spirit of the people. And so when we ask in the Muslim world, what went wrong? What's wrong with those people? The Muslims have proven to be some of the most productive minds of our current civilization, holding some of the highest positions in corporations, in medicine, in engineering. We've had Nobel Prize winners. We have participated when the breath of freedom has been there to encourage that. But too often it is not there. The Treaty of Tripoli, which is a treaty that was written up to create the Ottomans and between the Americans, and this was proposed by George Washington's government and was ratified without any dissenting voices by the government of John Adams. Article 11, probably written by Joel, peace between the Barlow, says, as the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion, as it has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of Muslims, and as the said states have never entered into any war or act of hostility against any Mohammedan nation, it is declared by the parties that no pretext arising from religious opinions shall ever interrupt the harmony existing between the two countries. Now, this was translated into Turkish, and in 1899, when McKinley invaded the Philippines, the American government was worried about Muslims declaring a holy war against the Americans. And so they sent Oscar Strauss, who was the then acting ambassador to Turkey, they sent him with a special diplomatic mission in which this article was translated into Turkish and given to Sultan Abdul Hamid. And he was requested to send an edict to the Muslims of the Philippines to prevent them from declaring a jihad against the Americans, as the Americans were not there to interrupt the religion of the Muslims. And it was not a declaration of war against the Muslims of Mindanao and southern Philippines. And this man, Mr. Strauss, in his autobiography under 4 administrations, wrote, in order to be able to take up the matter very fully with the Sultan, I had anticipated all kinds of questions and armed myself with pertinent information. Among them, I thought he might seek some assurance as to our government's attitude towards Mohammedanism, and to reassure him that I had come prepared with a translation into Turkish of Article 11, an early treaty between the United States and Tripoli of 1796. When the Sultan had read this, his face lighted up. This is Sultan Abdul Hamid. His face lighted up. It would give him pleasure, he said, to act in accordance with my suggestions for 2 reasons: for the sake of humanity and to be helpful to the United States of America. And that shows the goodwill of a Muslim ruler. And so our challenge to the United States of America is to be Americans. And my challenge to the Muslims is to be Muslims. And if we both held to those principles, there wouldn't be any conflict.